Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey. Today we're at the Monasteries of Daphni, Hosios Loukas and Nea Moni in Greece. So this World Heritage Site is 3 Byzantine-era monasteries from the 11th and 12th centuries at 3 different locations around Greece. The first one we're looking at today is the Monastery of Daphni, just on the outskirts of Athens. Now this monastery has a fascinating history because it dates back to pre-Athenian times when it was the sanctuary of Apollo, that there was another monastery built here before this one. The building behind me dates from around the 11th or the 12th century, and inside has an incredible collection of mosaics. Let's have a look. So behind me you can see the main entrance to the church here at the Monastery of Daphni, and unfortunately I can't actually talk inside, so I'm going to have to describe the mosaics from here, but they are absolutely sensational. At the top of the dome you have Christ Pantocrator, Lord of the universe, King of kings, looking down on everything, and it's interesting to see how he looks really stern and serious as well. Now just below him you can see 16 different prophets, and then of course around the walls there are various scenes from the Bible, like the entry into Jerusalem, the crucifixion of course, Jesus being baptized, the adoration of the Magi, all the key scenes from the Bible, and it's really interesting to see how they've been done. They're fantastic examples of Byzantine art, and we're actually really lucky too, because there was a devastating earthquake here in 1999 and it's been covered in scaffolding inside and out pretty much since then, and it's actually only been quite recently removed. But they've also finished cleaning the mosaics too, and they look much as they did when they were installed in the 11th and 12th centuries, so yeah, absolutely sensational. So this is the second of the 2 monasteries we're going to be looking at today, and it's known as the Monastery of Hosios Loukas. Now it was founded around 950 AD by a monk named Hosios Loukas, who lived a hermit life not far from here, way up in the mountains a couple of 100 kilometers northwest of Athens. Now it's a really beautiful spot. There's some incredible art here and some really fascinating features, so let's have a look. So this is the interior of one of the 2 churches here at the center of the monastery, which is one of the really unusual features, that there are 2 churches at the center of it, and they're actually joined together. There's a door just over in the corner here that connects them, and they both date from around the 10th and the 11th century, so they're very, very old. Now the collection of mosaics in here is just absolutely sensational. It's just as good, if not better, than the ones we saw earlier at Daphni. These were about the same age, and they're just really, really well preserved. What's interesting about here as well is that everything is dedicated to St. Luke, the hermit monk who founded the monastery, not to be confused with St. Luke of the Bible, of course, but he was considered to be a patron saint of warriors because he predicted that Christians would reconquer Crete from the Muslims, which is what happened not long after he died. So behind me you can see a white marble sarcophagus, and in there are the relics of St. Luke, and they've been in there for over 1,000 years. Now it's said that his relics exude a healing oil, and pilgrims would come here from miles around in hope of being cured of their ailments, and so it made the monastery rich and powerful, and it explains how they could afford incredible frescoes and mosaics like the ones that we saw upstairs. And I really love mosaic art. I've really enjoyed seeing the two monasteries that we've looked at, and they've been a fantastic World Heritage Site. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more from the World Heritage Journey. I'll see you next time.